Hello everybody, welcome today. Today I'm going to be doing a video covering my Computer 104 project. This was a 60-hour total project. With this project I wanted to focus a lot on networking, Linux, and web development. So the first part of my project was I wanted to manage my own network. Like how a network admin, where that would be making a domain, making users, and making groups, like network drives and stuff like that. So first I'm going to show you all of the stuff I did. So I'm going to go to my local servers, and then from here I'm just going to go to my tools, and I'm going to go to my Active Directory. So the first part of my project I want to do was the Active Directory, and I want to connect my 3 machines, my virtual machines. And you can see right here, these are all the machines I have. The machines I had made was going to be obviously like the president, where I would be me, like the vice president or the owner of the company, or the admins, like the managers, and then also just the regular employees. So I'll take you through this. So as you can see right here, all of these 3 are in this domain that I have right here. As you can see, this is my domain, iasac.edu. These are all the computers I just served. And then I also went ahead and made like an organizational unit. And then within these all have my computers right here, and I'll show you right here. For the admins, went ahead and made a group, which are called managers. And if I double click right here, you'll be able to see that members machine 2 is an admin. That would be the admin machine. And then you have just the regular employees. I went ahead and made a group called level 1 employees. See right here, that's machine 3. And then for the owners, that would be me, like Ignacio Avila and myself. And I also made them a group called All Access. So you can see if I click right here on the members, machine 1, that would be the president one. So now that I showed you that, and also, so within the network, I made my own domain. And once I made my own domain, I didn't want to specifically give them all like static IPs. So I also went ahead and configured a DHCP router. So exit out of this. So here's my DHCP. As you can see right here, that's the server. And if I click right here, I click on scope, you would see all the addresses. So I went ahead and made the start IP, like the range it can give, from 192.168.12.1, and the end of it was 192.168.12.10. So that right there is my DHCP. And also, so a network admin, I would think and I would hope that they would also set up like network drive. So I went ahead and did that. As you can check right here, I put shares. I'm gonna go ahead and test that theory as well. So I put 2023 work schedule, and I also did monthly reviews. I configured it so that all users, I guess, in the company will be able to see. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna also check my other machines. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go to my machines. I'm gonna go ahead and just go click on the president one. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this one up. Alright guys, so I had said that I had made a DHCP, and I did make my own domain. I'm gonna go ahead and prove that right now. I'm gonna go open up ipconfig. I'm gonna go on my command line. I'm gonna put the command ipconfig. Now earlier I did show the range of which the IP address that I want showing. As you can see, here it is, 192.168.0.1. That's the default gateway, that's the server, and as you can see right here, here's my IP address. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you that they are a part of my domain that I made. So I'm going to click settings, I'm going to click on my PC. It usually goes under rename my PC, and then you click advanced, and then right there, so I'm going to go about, rename this PC advanced. As you can see right here, this machine is connected to the domain and also my server. You can see right here, that's the name of them. And then also, I said that I made a network drive, and I'm gonna be right here. Now, the way I had configured it, I made it accessible to every single person, even if it was like the president, the admins, or even the regular one employees. That I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna open the run command. Now I'm just gonna put the name of my server, and once I pressed enter, it should bring me up to login credentials that I'm gonna log in, like if it was the admin, and then from there it's gonna show the network drive. So I'm gonna go ahead and log in. Now, as you can see, these are just for the sake of the project, these are all files and directories I had made. So if I click on it right here, this should all be accessible on all my computers, and you can see these are all network drives. Now I'm gonna go ahead and log on to my admin one too, just to show that I had made the permissions so everyone could see them. It might take a while. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show that this machine is in fact part of the domain. As you can see right here, this is part of the domain. I'm gonna go ahead and test that theory I was saying about the network drive, see if I did correctly, do it right. It's gonna last for my login. Okay, here you can see that I made permissions for all users can make it. Here, right here, that's OneDrive, and then you have this one too. And also on the server side, I went ahead and configured a firewall so that not one user, I think only the president's, which is like the main one, I think it would be the president machine, is only able to remote access and ping it. So I'm gonna go ahead and test that out. First, I need to get the IP of my Windows server. So the address for this one is 192.168.0.62. So I'm going to go ahead and ping that one. And if I did this right, it should be able to not ping it. Go back on this one. So I think I did that one wrong. And close this one out. I'm gonna try to, now also on my server, I did go ahead and also make it, I enabled the remote access. Let's say like if someone, obviously like an admin or maybe like a president or someone that had the access can also remotely log in. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my main machine that has all access. And with the ping, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to edit that after this recording. Okay, log in. So I'm going to go ahead and open RDP. Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and get the IP of my server. IP address 192.168.0.62. Now, as you can see with this machine, since I allowed all the privileges and configured it that way, I am able to get all access to my server. And for the last part of my, or at least with the Windows part of my project, I also went ahead and configured the IS server. Now, later down the road, I do want to learn how, like, maybe more Java, so I can design this a little better. But this is my web server, all made from this Windows server. So now that I'm done showing you the Windows, I'm gonna go ahead and gonna show you what I did on Linux. With Linux, I had had experience with Ubuntu and Kali Linux, but just this semester I was learning more about Linux and Fedora. So the second part of it, well, actually 3 parts. For I guess this second part of it, I wanted to go ahead and mess around with Linux. So at first I'm going to show you my Ubuntu one. Alright, so for my Ubuntu one and also Linux too, I wanted to go ahead and just do very simple stuff, keep it short and simple, and this is all from the command line. I went ahead and I made all directories and I all made files using just the command line. And also within those files, I actually mess around with the permissions, as you can see right now. I'm gonna go ahead and open this one up. As you can see right here, this permission is only on read only, and this is for all of them as well. Then this is all from the command line. I also went ahead and made users, and besides that, I also installed an IDS, which is an intrusion detection system, and I did configure. As you can see right here, this is where the configuration is. This is where you can write all the rules, and you can do all the stuff. I configured it to this machine specifically, and I put the IP address. You can see right here, and this right here. So for I'm still kind of learning Linux for the most part. So a lot of this stuff I wasn't really maybe able to configure it all. But the fact is that there is a snort on this machine. I'm gonna go ahead and show you that I did make other users as well. I'm gonna close this window. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna switch user. See right here, here are my other ones, and I'm going to show you what I did on all my other Linux machines. Put save, and open this. Now I'm going to go show you my Kali Linux one. As you can see, I made the same thing. This is all directories, and they all have files within them with the same read-only permission. Read-only. This is all made from the nano. I use the command nano to go ahead and mess around with the files as well. I'm going to show you my Fedora one now. The Fedora one was a little complicated because I think since I had installed the VDI and the ISO that in Fedora Live, and Fedora Live meaning that you could only use it, I guess, as a live version, like it will not save. So like if I was to close this out and I didn't save it, all of my work would have been done. So then I had to find that out maybe like twice. I had to install it twice. But with the Fedora and Linux is actually very fun because a lot of the stuff, all this stuff I did pretty much was all from the command line. I had made all directories and I had made files within them. So I pointed them all to the desktop. You can see right here, test one. This is also read only as well, as you can see right there. I can also maybe show you right now in a bit. And that's my part of the Linux part of the project. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you the firewalls I configured using pfSense. So obviously, this being a network project, I wanted to go ahead and install and configure Fireworks. I went ahead and used pfSense. I had used it before. I knew it was free and it was actually pretty easy. Originally, this is the group I heard, by the way. So LAN machine 2, and then this is going to be the firewall within, and LAN machine 3 is going to be the machine with there. Originally, I wanted to do a LAN and a WAN, but I think because it was just all virtual and it wasn't letting me, it actually wasn't physical, it wasn't letting me do a WAN. So I went ahead and made 2 LANs. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you right now. I'm gonna open up LAN machine number 2. I'm gonna open up the firewall number 2. Okay, so now this is loaded up. As you can see, my LAN right here is 192.168.2.1, and to ensure that this actually is connected and actually is working, I'm going to go ahead and ping that, and it should be successful. So I'm going to go ahead and ping 192.168.2.1, sorry. As you can see right here, it was successful, so that was successfully configured. And also, if I went ahead and I put this into internet, and it took me right away to this. Now this is like the web GUI of this pfSense. So it was just very basic stuff. I didn't really go too in depth with this. Again, it was virtual, so I wasn't sure how to do that. But the point is that this is actually connected to this, and now I'm gonna go ahead and show you my LAN number 3 one. Go ahead, see this. Let me go ahead and log in to my firewall. And you can see right here, here's the IP of my LAN. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on this machine and I'm gonna ping it. And there it is. It's 100%. So this is configured to this, and they both are connected. And also, I forgot to mention that even for LAN number 2 and the other firewall, this pfSense has a feature to enable DHCP. So these computers, even this LAN number 3 and LAN number 2, are both on DHCP, and I could show that right here. As you can see, they're all on obtain an IP address automatically, and this is all configured from pfSense. So now that I showed you my networking and my Linux, I'm going to go ahead and show you my last part of my project, which was pretty much web development with HTML and CSS. But I'll show you that last because I also, since this project was like me making like my own network because I was making like my own company, I went ahead and made my own website as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and I used Wix to show this. This one right here was it did take me a long time just because it was all GUI. It was not like I coded anything, but this, I feel like this website right here was like very, very complex. So this is the home button, and this is right here. This is mine. Now if I click on this, I think it will take you to, this is the home button. So you can see right here, this is my all made from Wix, all GUI. And there's a bunch of hyperlinks. This is services, web development, consulting. The hyperlink as well if I put. I'm gonna go on industries. These are all hyperlinks as well. If I click on each one, it should all take me to a different link. All made from the GUI that Wix provided. It took a long time. Even though it was GUI, it still took a long time because all of this was pretty much all CMS is what Wix calls it. So this was made all by GUI with Wix, but there for the last part of my project, I actually did make a bunch of code all through Notepad. I tried using Visual Studio, but it was just very hard for me to understand because I think it was more advanced. But I'll show you everything I did with CSS. So I'm gonna go ahead and close these out. So I went ahead and made a couple resumes and a portfolio and a website. So this is my resume that I made with all HTML. This is just HTML. It's pretty simple, but web development was pretty new to me, so it did take me some time. That's my resume 1. This was the one I made with HTML and CSS. This one was a little more complicated, and this one did take a while. But all this was made pretty much through YouTube tutorials and like books I had read. It's nothing crazy. I think it's very simple yet complex. This is the portfolio I made. And this right here was something I made all through HTML. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it. This is what originally I really wanted to make these all hyperlinks work, but I just couldn't get it. But I do have all the code that I did do in them. There should be all right here. I think this one All this is also made through HTML as well. And that concludes my Computer 104 project, which focused on networking, Linux, and web development. I learned a lot in this project. I learned how to manage my own network with, virtual machines and my server with domains, network drives, and all that. And also the Linux, I learned a lot more. I do continue wanting to learn Linux because it is a very powerful tool, and also web development because I feel as if networking and web development goes so well together. Because if you know how to make a website, you can also, if you know networking, which can kind of place into security as well, you may be able to make your own website secure. But that's it for my video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.